These are the best-paying jobs in the Philippines in 2021. The estimated salary ranges are based on industry surveys and job postings on JobStreet and PayScale. Number 1. Information Technology. Software Architect. A software architect is responsible for designing and overseeing the development of software systems. They typically work closely with developers, project managers, and other stakeholders to ensure that the software meets the requirements and is scalable and maintainable. The salary for a software architect in the Philippines ranges from 80,000 to 230,000 pesos per month, depending on experience and company size. Data Scientist. A data scientist is responsible for analyzing large and complex data sets to extract insights and make data-driven decisions. They use statistical modeling, machine learning, and data visualization tools to turn raw data into actionable insights. The salary for a data scientist in the Philippines ranges from 50,000 to 180,000 pesos per month, depending on experience and company size. DevOps Engineer. A DevOps engineer is responsible for managing the software development and deployment process to ensure that it is fast, efficient, and error-free. They typically work with developers, operations teams, and other stakeholders to automate the software development lifecycle, from building and testing to deployment and monitoring. The salary for a DevOps engineer in the Philippines ranges from 40,000 to 130,000 pesos per month, depending on experience and company size. Cybersecurity Analyst. A cybersecurity analyst is responsible for identifying and mitigating cyber threats and vulnerabilities to protect an organization's computer systems and data. They use a variety of tools and techniques to monitor and analyze network traffic, perform risk assessments, and implement security measures. The salary for a cybersecurity analyst in the Philippines ranges from 30,000 to 90,000 pesos per month, depending on experience and company size. Full-stack developer. A full-stack developer is responsible for developing both the front-end and back-end of a web application. They typically work with a variety of programming languages and frameworks to build and maintain the application. The salary for a full-stack developer in the Philippines ranges from 35,000 to 105,000 pesos per month, depending on experience and company size. Number 2. Finance. Chief Financial Officer. A CFO is responsible for managing the financial operations of an organization. They typically oversee accounting, budgeting, financial analysis, and risk management. The salary for a CFO in the Philippines ranges from 150,000 to 450,000 pesos per month, depending on experience and company size. Investment Banker. An investment banker is responsible for providing financial advisory services to clients, such as mergers and acquisitions, debt and equity financing, and restructuring. They typically work with other professionals, such as lawyers and accountants, to ensure that the transaction is structured correctly. The salary for an investment banker in the Philippines ranges from 35,000 to 350,000 pesos per month, depending on experience and company size. Financial Manager. A financial manager is responsible for overseeing an organization's financial health and ensuring that it meets its financial goals. They typically manage financial planning, budgeting, accounting, and reporting. The salary for a financial manager in the Philippines ranges from 45,000 to 150,000 pesos per month, depending on experience and company size. Actuary. An actuary is responsible for assessing and managing financial risks, particularly related to insurance and other financial products. They use mathematical modeling and statistical analysis to calculate the probability of future events and their potential impact. The salary for an actuary in the Philippines ranges from 40,000 to 120,000 pesos per month, depending on experience and company size. Certified Public Accountant. A CPA is responsible for providing accounting services to clients, such as preparing financial statements, auditing financial records, and providing. Number 3. Engineering. Petroleum Engineer. A petroleum engineer is responsible for designing and developing methods for extracting oil and gas from underground reservoirs. They typically work with geologists, drilling engineers, and other professionals to determine the most effective methods for drilling and extracting oil and gas. The salary for a petroleum engineer in the Philippines ranges from 45,000 to 120,000 pesos per month, depending on experience and company size. Electrical engineer. An electrical engineer is responsible for designing and developing electrical systems, including power generation, transmission, and distribution. They typically work with other engineers and professionals to ensure that electrical systems are safe, efficient, and meet the required standards. The salary for an electrical engineer in the Philippines ranges from 20,000 to 90,000 pesos per month, depending on experience and company size. Chemical engineer. A chemical engineer is responsible for designing and developing chemical processes and products. They typically work with other engineers, chemists, and professionals to ensure that chemical processes are safe, efficient, and cost-effective. The salary for a chemical engineer in the Philippines ranges from 25,000 to 80,000 pesos per month, depending on experience and company size. Civil engineer. A civil engineer is responsible for designing and overseeing the construction of infrastructure, such as buildings, roads, bridges, and water supply systems. They typically work with architects, construction managers, and other professionals to ensure that construction projects are completed on time, within budget, and to the required standards. The salary for a civil engineer in the Philippines ranges from 20,000 to 60,000 pesos per month, depending on experience and company size. Mechanical engineer. A mechanical engineer is responsible for designing and developing mechanical systems and products. They typically work with other engineers, designers, and professionals to ensure that mechanical systems are safe, efficient, and meet the required standards. The salary for a mechanical engineer in the Philippines ranges from 18,000 to 60,000 pesos per month, depending on experience and company size. Number 4. Healthcare. Surgeon. A surgeon is a medical doctor who specializes in performing surgical procedures. They typically work with other medical professionals to diagnose and treat various medical conditions and injuries. The salary for a surgeon in the Philippines ranges from 80,000 to 450,000 pesos per month, depending on experience and specialization. Anesthesiologist. An anesthesiologist is a medical doctor who specializes in administering anesthesia to patients undergoing surgery or other medical procedures. They typically work with other medical professionals to ensure that patients are safe and comfortable during the procedure. The salary for an anesthesiologist in the Philippines ranges from 80,000 to 350,000 pesos per month, depending on experience and specialization. Psychiatrist. A psychiatrist is a medical doctor who specializes in diagnosing and treating mental illnesses and disorders. They typically work with other mental health professionals to develop treatment plans for patients. The salary for a psychiatrist in the Philippines ranges from 60,000 to 250,000 pesos per month, depending on experience and specialization. Orthodontist. An orthodontist is a dental specialist who focuses on correcting misaligned teeth and jaws. They typically work with other dental professionals to develop treatment plans and perform orthodontic procedures. The salary for an orthodontist in the Philippines ranges from 40,000 to 200,000 pesos per month, depending on experience and specialization. Nurse anesthetist. A nurse anesthetist is a registered nurse who specializes in administering anesthesia to patients undergoing surgery or other medical procedures. They typically work with other medical professionals to ensure that patients are safe and comfortable during the procedure. If you are new to this channel, comment down below and tell us which profession you're most interested in. Be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching.